These are the secrets to stop blading and chunking. Is there anything more frustrating than that? So the idea is we've got to stop this leading edge digging. We can all do these things just that 1% better. I've seen improvements made by clients that come down for actual lessons, so I want you to take them now too. Now, I think the best place to start this is setup. So we know we like alignment sticks here on the channel, and I really want you to do this. So firstly, let's establish a ball to target line. We'll take this flag that we've got in the middle here. So we're going to place one alignment stick down, and then we're going to place a second one on a slight angle pointing left of your ball to target line, your feet line. Okay, so if you swing around down a line perspective and you come with me on this one, I know you guys know probably how to set up to the golf ball, because I know you're all good golfers. So I want to just kind of get into just a simple reminder for you here. Do stick around, because we're going to talk exactly the way in which we stop chunking and stop thinning, and this is, well, for most people, the root cause of why that happens. So let's start off. Everything matching the feet line. So our feet, knees, hips and shoulders all down the blue to begin with, which runs parallel to our ball to target line. Now, I want us to get the ball position in the middle of our stance, and for this short shot I've got right here, let's just go for a stance that's just wider than a club width apart. I want you to shuffle a little bit closer than you would normally, so the shaft angle gets a little bit steeper. It's not flat, it's not down here, it's not all handsy. I want us to get a little bit closer to it. This is where we make those slight adjustments. Weight wants to favour the left side, and I want you to keep your shoulders down the blue and your lower half down the yellow. This is going to really help us clear that left hand side, also control the club and the length of the swing on the way back, and make sure we've got enough power in the swing. And you might be thinking, Alex, power, short shot. A lot of people's duffs, thins, fats, whatever we want to call them, come as a result of potentially a too long backswing, and that could become from how we're stood to the golf ball, slowing up, speeding up into the ball, and almost that knee-jerk reaction to try and find the strike. This is the drill that gets you stopping doing that. So let's just remind you of those setups. Ball position in the middle, nice narrow stance, lower half down the yellow, shoulders down the blue. Nothing more than that. So just come on, let's go back to face on perspective, because this is great for you to see from this way, because if we get the ball too far back, the leading edge wants to dig. If we get the hands more on the central position, so on the golf ball, not ahead of the golf ball, we've got a perfect position to return back to really get us feeling as though we can deliver the club with the bounce being used. That's what we want to get into. So setup is the first point. Let's talk now about how we can actually move this golf club better, and this is the first drill, and the second one is going to use a 20p piece. So you've got to think, that's a lot harder to chip than a ball, right? Gotta be. It's gotta be. Just keep reminding yourself of that. So the action I want you to make when we're chipping right now, I want you to feel as though my right thumb or your right thumb stays pointing towards the ground. So it works back, ground, target, back, ground, target. So everything works very much as what I kind of feel is more one piece rather than a lot of different things moving, and it hopefully will make everything feel a little bit more under control. So standing to the golf ball, thumbs down, thumbs to target. So our motion looks like this. This is what we're looking for. And what I focus on right now is, and this will come a bit more into kind of fruition when we talk about the last tip, so please stick around for that, this back edge right here is doing the business, not the leading edge, and a lot of that is how we set up to the ball. So let's hit this one away. Setup's good, lower half open, thumbs down, thumbs to target. So you can really see here, I'm not going to use the word wooden, it's a blend of Bryson and Phil is the best way I can describe it. Bryson's really straight and really straight arms. Phil's nice and relaxed, but I actually think a lot of people will react a lot better to this if we get a blend of them both. So let's get into the final part. Just want to say, if you are enjoying this content so far, please do consider joining this team by hitting that big red subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And you know what? If you've got a golf mate who's really struggling with their chipping, this next tip could be the answer. In fact, will be the answer. So this person could be your winter league partner this winter. So make sure sure you share it with them. Just want to say massive thank you for the support. Before we get into this final bit, which yes, it does include this 20p piece, we're going big spender today, 20p piece on the video. I just want to kind of ask you a question. How many shots is your short game costing you around? Now I think, as we get kind of more into senior golfers, I think this starts to cost us more and more. We get more frustrated because we remember when we could chip and our chipping starts to get worse. So this is a great way of feeling a blend of being natural, but then I put a bit of a modern twist on it, really gets us a lot more consistent. And the reason why I want to kind of tell you this right now, you think if everything's a little bit more constant, how we deliver this club back to the ball should repeat a little bit more often. Now, we're not saying we're going to turn ourselves into flop shot Phil Mickelson every single time. I just want to get you into a position where you know what the ball's going to do. That is the key things. That's the mustard behind this. Those chunk shots come when we got too much of a leading edge. Leading edge works into the ground, and then as a reaction to that, we then try and scoop the ball up into the air. But ultimately, they're both from the same family. Our bottom of the arc is happening before the ball, not after the ball. Okay, so let's get into this final bit, and then this is a great tip. This is actually something that Carl Morris told me probably about 2 or 3 years ago, so I'm going to give him full credit for this. Carl's absolutely fantastic. He's worked with a lot of great guys. And he got me doing this with a T-peg actually, so I kind of made a hybrid of it. Placing a T-peg down on the ground, he said to me, Alex, well, that golf ball's quite big, isn't it? So I was like, yeah, and I want you to kind of follow along with this now. Well, if you can chip the coin away, or chip the T-peg away is what he said to me, the golf ball becomes easy. Yeah, sure. I was basically going through a period where I couldn't chip, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I was really struggling with my chipping. So he got me throwing that 20p piece, or the T-peg down on the ground, and said to me, try and feel, and he walked up to me and went, try and feel, you get this part of your club brushing the ground, but you get the T-peg / the coin into the air. And I was like, you must be crazy. You must be crazy. It's like some sort of hypnotism. Like, nothing technical, and this is why I think this is why you've got to listen to this tip. Stood to the golf ball, he went, well, okay then, go on, try and do it. So I stood here, T-peg, coin, whatever it was, went nicely into the air. He said, well, go on, do it again. So I did it again. And if you're at the range now or your practice area, do this with me. Do it 3 or 4 times. And he went, go on then, put the ball in the way, stand to it better, do the same thing, surely it's easier. And he literally brainwashed me, and that's probably quite a strong statement, within 5 minutes from thinking I couldn't chip to actually, you can chip. You are a very good chipper. And I'm not over exaggerating here, this is why I'm telling you a story with Carl. I stood there, applied this technique, got stood to it better, felt like I was chipping the coin away or the T-peg away. The difference was unbelievable. So really do try this. Put that coin on the ground, try and feel the back edge of the club is brushing the ground, getting under the coin or the T-peg to get it up into the air. It will honestly change your mentality of chipping. If you can do that, you can chip the ball away. I really hope you enjoyed this tip on Short Game Saturday today. It's something that I'm going to give Carl Morris full credit for. Use this setup, use the technique, try the Carl Morris method. It is unbelievable.